Straight Outta Nowhere, Scooby-Doo Meets Courage the Cowardly Dog is a hell of a title, and a reference to Straight Outta Compton. It was released in 2021, directed by Wes Gleason, who had directed the previous trilogy of films, and written by Michael Ryan, who had previously written episodes for Mystery Incorporated, as well as a number of Cartoon Network shows like Johnny Bravo or Cow and Chicken. The film itself is perfectly fine, not extraordinary in any way. It leans more in the courage direction, in that while the Scooby Gang is present, and there is a mystery, it's much more bumbling around and running into strange things and trying to solve it. In many ways, it could be seen as a conclusion to the Courage show. It gives a bit of backstory for the town of Nowhere, and offers an explanation for all of the bizarre things that have happened over the years. The animation and action definitely lean more into the wild cartoon physics. While that's not abnormal for Scooby-Doo, this is an extreme instance. The humor is definitely more miss than hit, and there is a particularly cringy rap music montage with Eustace singing about how rich he is. That, combined with an extremely country song during the third act, make for some more than questionable choices. The characters are generally fine, with the Courage cast taking center stage. Muriel is always fun, with a kind of willful ignorance that borders on insanity, and Eustace is a grumpy old man with a fondness for masks. Courage takes the lead and drives a lot of the action. Shaggy and Scooby's gimmick for the film is they're trying to overcome their fears with an app, which also helps Courage. It largely works, and while I generally dislike modern technology in Scooby-Doo, this is a decent instance and give their characters a small arc for the film. The rest of the gang have little to do, however. Velma has a small recurring bit where Muriel thinks they're riddle solvers rather than mystery solvers, and presents a few to Velma throughout the film. She can't get them and is disappointed. There's no real payoff, but it's something. Which is more than there is for Fred and Daphne. They have basically nothing to do, and while they're in the group, there's nothing unique or different about them, acting as basically mannequins. For a film like this, only one small gimmick is needed, like Fred using Batman's utility belt or Daphne trying to become Elvira. Just something to make the character feel involved, but this film lacks that, and as such, the characters feel very flat. Overall, the film is so much of a nothing burger, there's just not that much to say about it. There's nothing particularly offensive about it. It could be put on in the background and someone might tune in and out and miss nothing of value. It feels like just another film in the franchise, and with a crossover like this, you expect something more exciting, something more interesting, but unfortunately it's just lacking that spark, that life. This is very much the same as the Return to Zombie Island, where there's a lot of potential, but none of it's realized. With that in mind, this is a D in the tier list, a bit lower than average because of how little it stands out from the pack. In terms of the map, Nowhere is not on it, as shown clearly in the film, so we'll stick Attack somewhere in the middle of an ocean. I know this video has been brief, but I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. Please like, comment, subscribe, and be well.